Internet Technologies Communication Grade 10 by Mr. S.C. Dlamini. Lesson aims. At the end of this lesson, learners should know: describe what electronic communication is, describe the different electronic communication devices, electronically communicate using a PC, discuss the different electronic communications, explain the difference between ISP versus web-based email, list and explain the different features of email such as the CC and the BCC, fields, attachments, and address books, compose email messages, understand how to send, receive, forward, reply, and reply to all using email, apply etiquette rules over email. The introduction. In the past, communication between people was done either face-to-face using the telephone or by writing letters. Now we live in a world where electronic communication, or better known as e-communication, has taken over. Think about it. When last did you go to a family or friend gathering and no one took their phones out to message a person? This is how much electronic communication has taken over. Electronic communication refers to any data, information, words, photos, emojis, and symbols that are sent electronically to one or more people. This can be done through email, social media, news group chat, video conferencing, instant messaging, phone, and fax. With just one click on the send button, you can say hi within seconds to your friend wherever he is, even in Spain. Different types of e-communication. We have blogs, we have telephone, we have fax, we have email, we have instant messaging, we have social networking, we have Skype, we have text messaging, we have video conferencing, which I think you guys are more familiar with, especially the one for telephone and social networking. How people communicate online. E-communication using a PC or mobile device. There are many ways in which people use electronic communication when you have an internet connection. The most common type would be electronic mail, which is usually referred to as email, but there are also other forms such as video chat, discussion forum, Skype, and instant messaging. In this section, we will look at the different applications that are used to facilitate electronic communication. The first one is email. One of the first and most popular forms of electronic communication is email, which allows users to send messages and files over the internet. One of the best things about email is that you do not have to wait for weeks to receive it. This type of mail arrives moments after it has been sent. In other words, meaning an email can be sent within within a second it's going to be received to you. Instant messaging. The internet has changed the way in which we communicate, with email being the most popular form of electronic communication. However, sometimes even email is just not fast enough. Let's look at the following example to understand this better. In a smartphone observed world in which we live, more people are sending messages through web-based applications such as WhatsApp, WeChat, Slack, Live Chat, Hangouts, Telegram, and Snapchat, to name a few. Another one is the web blog. Have you ever wanted to create your own website but never figured out how to? Well, you can, and the best of all, it is free and quite easy. Today, it is possible to create a website by creating a blog, short for web blog. So what is a blog? A blog is an online diary or journal that is located on a website and presented with the newest information first. It can contain text, pictures, videos, animated GIFs, and even scans from old physical offline diaries or journals and other hard copy documents. Although it is mostly run by individuals or small groups, it can also be run by an organization promoting itself and its products or services. We'll be looking at the components of an email address. To receive emails, you will need an email account and email address. To send emails to other people, you will need their email address too. An email address is therefore the unique identifier for an email account. How email address works. The sender composes a message using an email client on his or her computer. A new message which shows where to and where from and the subject of the email. Then there's a send button where you press send. Basic emailing. Before composing and sending email messages, you first need to know how to use an email account. In this session, we will use Gmail to show you the basics of using an email account if you decide to choose another email provider. The interface might be different, but the basics will still be the same. You will learn how to sign up for an email account, navigate, familiarize yourself with the user interface, compose, respond, receive, and forward email messages. Sending email. Now that you have created an email account and understand how the email interface works, you can start sending email messages. In this session, we will look at how to compose an email and add an attachment, reply, and forward emails. When you type an email, you will be using the compose window. In this window, you will add the email address of the recipient, subject, and the message itself. You will also be able to add one or more attachments in this window. Attachment. An attachment is a file, image, or document that is sent with the email. For example, if you are applying for a bursary, you can send your results and other documents as an attachment, while the body of the email serves as the covering letter. It is always a good idea to let the recipient know that you have attached or a file of files. The picture of this shows there on the arrow, that arrow which is used to attach pictures or any attachment file you have. To conclude, few questions on the lesson, which is gonna be a homework thing that you're gonna do for yourself. Question asked on the TV: what is the purpose of communication devices? What are examples of communication technology? How do communication devices work? Thank you guys for your time.